Yeah. I'll take an order of noodles, please.
Coffee for me.
Okay. What kind of noodles would you like? I'll just bring you over some breakfast noodles. How's that sound?
That's fine.
Okay, syrup? Yeah, okay.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. My head off. I'm far too cheery.
Look. Are you doing all right?
Yeah, no, I'll be all right. I'm all right. Coffee's gonna help. So, how are you doing?
What do you mean?
Oh, I don't know. You know, this case is it's big. There's a lot going on. Did you get enough sleep? Just want to make sure you're keen and focused.
I'm fine.
Good.
Oh, God. Sorry I'm late. Hi. Where's the waitress? Excuse me, miss? Miss?
Yes. Hi again. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Excellent.
Could I get a fresh cup of coffee? Now, I don't want the one that's been sitting there for 4 hours. I want a fresh cup of coffee.
Okay. I can do that for you. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
All right. Sorry. I didn't mean to
No worries.
interrupt.
How disheveled does Selma look? Or is she...
Yeah, Selma's still wearing the dress.
Yeah. Did we do... now, how much of this did we see?
Yeah, because you were at Bill's.
That's a great question.
Oh, no!
That's a great question.
Let's think.
I'm
Would you
gonna
have
say-
spare... Would you have
I would
anything?
have spare clothes.
Yeah.
I would have spare clothes in my car.
Okay.
Because I don't think I really would. I mean, I know that I've done clothing change on the job because I've stayed there so long. So yeah, I probably would have extra clothes in my car. So I got this on. I don't know how disheveled I would look. Can I roll for it?
Absolutely. You don't
Okay.
have to roll for it just because successes are extremely hard in this system. But if you want a
Okay.
little bit of chaos, which is my favorite thing also, then yeah, let's roll for it.
I'm here for it. What should I roll?
Ooh.
Stamina.
Yeah,
Stamina?
why not? Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Could you
God. Oh, okay.
Brush your hair.
All right.
Oh, wow. Okay, then. Just doesn't look disheveled at all.
All right.
Did the rollover have the stick of gum there? Fresh as a daisy.
You know it. Ooh, looking, feeling, smelling good. Yeah, I got some good sleep last night, so guess that'll do it for you.
Yeah. I think with that roll, it changes my line of questioning. So, I look over at her and just, is Skiff right behind you? So I know you were a little late, but...
Oh, Skiff?
No, I'm.
Yeah.
He's been sitting there.
Oh, he's
silently
here.
smoking. Yeah.
I think
Oh,
he's-
you've been there. I apologize. I'll change
good.
that.
All good. I'm just silent.
All right. Okay, so I guess now that we're all here, we should sort of go over everything that we've each been doing. And I look over at Galen. We looking at talking. Oh, all right. Well, so we went to the Tyrell Corporation yesterday.
Okay.
There was something going on, not 100% sure. I caught, there was a lot of activity. Now, there wasn't in the ground floor, or at least in the lobby. Took a while for the, what was her name, Galen?
Karen Yen.
Yeah, she took her a while to get to us.
She's the functionary, the go-between for on public relations for Tyrell. You probably have seen her on various reports and things.
So we, she led us to a little place to sit and talk, but like I said, there was all this activity going on. I didn't see it specifically, but if I had to guess, they were trying to burn files. For what? I don't know, but that's a guess. When we talked to her, she gave us the name Clark at one point, liaison at the office there to talk to. She was also being sort of, I'm not going to say misdirecting, but she referred to Galen by officer and as opposed to detective. I don't know if that was a slip. But then I think she referred to Clark as a detective or officer or something like that, and you have to forgive me because my head's still hurting a little bit, but
No, that's okay.
I don't know what she was getting at. There was a point where she was a little, well, more than a little uncooperative. We tried to push her for some information, get a little bit more information on our suspect, but she was sort of closed off, and I'm not quite sure why.
You think it was like misdirection?
Again,
Maybe?
I don't know. I don't know what she was going for.
I mean, normally I don't know if we've had that much problem with Tyrell in the past. Have we? Narrator, have we had a problem with has the LAPD had a history or anything with Tyrell? Would I know that?
A history? What do you mean by history?
Well, have they been cooperative when certain events have happened? If things are taking place, do they normally answer our questions promptly and efficiently?
In exactly the amount of time that is expected. They never go above and beyond, but they're never late enough that it's considered unprofessional.
Okay. So they're just kind of skimming between
Yep.
unacceptable and acceptable. Okay.
Yep. But they've been as cooperative. They've been cooperative. Especially since the blackout.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I mean that's sort of where we're at right now. We're looking at getting up with this Clark, see if we can follow that a little bit. But I know we talked about going to Holden as well. But I guess before we get to that, how did the Electric Dreams go?
Well, certainly not according to plan. Skiff, why don't you take this one and then I'll finish it off.
All right. Well, the plan was go there, case the joint, see what was what kind of a place it is, who works there, who goes there. We went there on the hunch that our bomber, or whatever, Tyson Renzo, was associated with somebody there or something there. And I'm gonna trust that what I'm about to say stays with us. It doesn't hold any weight for the case, what we're looking for, anything like that. At least I don't think it does. But while I was there, Selma can attest to this, I saw someone that I thought I knew from 100 years ago. But
I mean, it might as well have been. You look like you saw a ghost.
seemed like it. When I was a kid, I had a friend. Grew up poor, so I did what I had to do, or what I thought I had to do to survive. Mostly just picking pockets, finding food in trash cans and that kind of thing. But I had a friend that I met, and she seemed like she came from a different caste of society. And she saw me digging in the trash one day and asked me what I was doing. And I told her, and we just got to talking, and we became friends. You know how kids make friends easy. And then time passes. We see each other pretty frequently. And one day, she showed up out of the blue at my shitty dump of an apartment. And she was standing outside the main entrance of the apartment building, just standing there like a goddamn tulip growing on in between the seams of the sidewalk. I asked her what the hell she was doing in this part of town. She said, "I'm going away, not coming back." And then she stopped and said, "Before I do, I want to tell you the truth about me." "I'm a replicant," she said. "And I'm going to die soon." And I didn't know much about that, being a kid and that kind of thing. Since then, I mean, that's kind of what got me into being got me to this point, to being a Blade Runner. Was that strange relationship I had when I was a kid. And I saw her last night. She was a little more grown up, but I saw her. And I've spent years looking into whether or not there are child replicants, if they ever came out. That nothing. Zero. I honestly, for the past few years, shit, for the past decade, at least, I told myself that she was lying, it was all a dream, never happened, all of those things. Until last night. It was her. And the funny thing is, I feel like maybe someone slipped me something, because I asked the bartender who that was, and he acted like he didn't see her. She was standing right there. She's not someone you ignore or you don't notice. You notice her. And he acted like he never saw anything. And then I asked for a drink, and out of the clear blue fucking sky, he handed me a drink that smelled like her. And I'm not asking you to believe me. I don't even know if I believe it myself. But you're my partners and you deserve the truth, and that's the truth of what happened to me last night. And I don't know where to go from here. I've just been... I can't even think about the case right now. And I'm sorry. I owe you that. But I'll look into it on my own time. And I'll do my level best to not let this affect the case and my work on it. So, just want to take this one day and say, I'm sorry.
I'm not one to believe in fate, but coincidences are what they are. Y'all were at a place that was a specific sort of direction given to us dealing with the case involving replicants, and you're saying you may have seen one. Am I hearing that right?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Y'all went to Electric Dreams.
Yeah.
Because we're chasing down replicants. And you're saying you may have seen one.
I don't know what I saw. I'm just telling you what I saw. I'm not sure if it was real. I forgot to mention that she went around a corner and I went after her. That's when I left Soma. I went after her and she seemed to disappear. It was a dead end.
And the bartender didn't see anything?
He didn't act like he did.
But he gave you a drink that smelled like her.
He served me a drink that smelled like, I can only describe it as autumn. It smelled like the fall.
What was the drink called?
He called it her name. Vanya.
I'm looking over at Galen at this point.
If I'm losing my mind, you guys, you need to let me know, but it seems so real.
Nah, that's saying
like
something.
more of a lead than...
That's a lead, if anything.
Well,
I mean, that's so pointed.
There is one more thing. Now, where did I see this? The haiku? Saw it on the fish tank, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw something. I saw some writing. I didn't see all of it, but I caught a glimpse of what, I don't know what it was. It was the last line of what seemed like a poem. And all I could make out was, what's this journey mine? And if that rings any bell with y'all, let me know. But it's connected to my hallucination or something, or whatever happened somehow. What's this journey mine?
Have you tried running that through any type of search? Anything that might be a common poem, or maybe some long dead poet?
I would have. And I got nothing.
Well, for what it's worth, I believe you. I don't think you can make that face and then not follow your impulse. So
I'm sorry I left you again. It's just, well, you know.
you don't have to apologize. My night was unfortunately not quite as reflective. I'm sorry to say it, but after you left, I got drunk and lost my badge and my wallet. So that's where I'm at.
You say you left your badge?
I mean, it's probably at Electric Dreams right now.
Did you go to try to pick it up?
Not yet. I mean, I'm just telling y'all that I think it's probably there.
Well, let's go get it then. After we leave.
All right. When does that place open up?
I think it's 7.
All right, we got a couple hours.
Well, they probably got a day crew that sets up and cleans before they open the doors. So
Actually, that's
I
a
bet
good
we can
idea.
go over there
Might be
before
worth
it
getting in
opens.
beforehand. If it fell out, maybe there's lost and found.
I don't know. All I can tell you is that I'm sorry for it and I feel like a fool. I thought, why not let loose a little bit after Skiff is gone? At least, last thing I'd like to do is look like I'm looking for something after he gets up and leaves. I wasn't trying to be suspicious. I was trying to be inconspicuous and unfortunately had one too many. So that's on me. But it was fun. I mean, it was fun. I don't know if I'd say it was worth it, but I got served a drink called what was it, Electric Sunset? And I talked to my friend last night, told him about it, crashed at his place. He seemed to know something about it, so I also brought this, and I kind of reached in my pocket. And I scribbled this down on this napkin here. This is, I believe, what was in that bomb. Or this is at least what my friend was able to dig up over the night, because I know he was probably hard at work on it.
Yeah, well, you're saying that this is what they're trying to get rid of.
I believe so.
All right.
Now, if I'm correct, it looks like a language, and I'm really not.
Can you pull
certain.
that little away from the light? It's just a little too bright.
Yeah, sure. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's better. Thank you.
Sorry. Is that better?
Yeah, thanks.
God, Bob, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you went to the damn hospital.
You don't need to
You
apologize.
should be rested.
No, I'm fine.
You
I'm
should.
fine. I
You
did.
should be getting
I
some
rested. I'm fine. I'm
Okay.
fine. Look at me. I'm fine.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so I'm thinking that this part here, maybe, there's a pattern here. I'm, running it through a couple language algorithms, maybe Japanese, but I'm not 100% certain about that, so thoughts on this? Anybody?
I mean, I'm seeing bits and pieces that might be repeating patterns, or I don't know. That's odd.
Yeah.
That could just be how it's written out. I mean, it's almost like what? It's gibberish, right?
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm not
it's,
sure.
I mean, yeah, it's Japanese characters, but it's not like it's not making sense, or at least the way. I don't know. It's a bit much.
It is. I'm thinking we present it to Holden at some point, along with pretty much everything else we've got. You mentioned a
You
bit
got an
ago.
extra copy of that, by the way?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can print it out for you, or I'll just send it to you. Can I send through the KIA?
I was just going to say you can actually take a picture of what he did
Okay.
with the KIA, and then you can
Okay.
specifically send it to only them, or you can
Okay.
upload it to the
I think
LAPD mainframe. It's up to you.
for now I'll specifically send it
Yep.
to Bob, Skiff, and Galen.
Okay.
So that's for y'all. You were mentioning at the Tyrell Corporation.
Real quick,
Sorry,
while she's
go ahead.
talking, can I Can I send a message to Natalie, the clerk at the LAPD?
Dispatch.
With Natalie's the records lady. She's the one I gave pie to.
Yeah, analyst. That's right.
Yeah. I'm gonna send her a message with a line from the haiku.
Okay.
And see if she can you cross-reference these and see if this line is in this hiragana?
What time is it right now? 5 o'clock.
Yeah, you said it's like
you
5
get her
p.m.-ish.
voicemail, but you know she works the graveyard shift, so she'll probably be in a couple hours, so she'll get it.
Yeah, I'll just leave it in her inbox then.
Natalie is an officer.
No, not
in the-
an officer, but she's an analyst in the LAPD, so she
Okay.
works with you guys. She doesn't do field work.
I'm trying to keep some notes here because the names are starting to get lost in my head.
Yeah, no, I had to pull up my note sheet. Like, okay, Natalie is clerk in LAPD records. Okay, that's the one.
If we're good to sort of present what we have so far, I mean, it's sort of a.
Well, I wanted to ask you, actually. You mentioned there was a name that someone at Tyrell gave you. You said Clark?
Clark, yeah.
Clark.
Yeah.
He's it's a liaison of sorts, I suppose. I've not had dealings with him, so
I think I might know who this is.
You work with
In
him?
fact, I'm pretty sure I've worked with this person before. I mean, if we're thinking of the same person.
Sawyer Clark.
Sawyer Clark. He actually left me a voicemail not too long ago.
Do you play it? Are you playing it?
How long?
I mean,
you do
if
have
we're gonna be
another
here
one
for a while.
I'm so sorry. You do have another one.
Oh, shoot.
So as soon as
I
you
have-
open to play the old one, you do see that you have another one.
So, coincidence, there's actually a new one from the same person. You know what? I gotta get y'all up to speed, so I'm gonna play the first one that I got sent, and then if y'all are okay with it, we'll listen to this together. Because I think this could be pertinent information. Okay, so yeah, I'll play it both, beginning with the previous one.
Okay.
Before we play it, you know why he's sending these to you, Selma?
Yeah. I can only imagine how he's feeling right now, but we worked on a case together. I think I might have mentioned it to you, Skiff, but Clark did something that eventually ended up being not too by the book, and he asked me not to include it on my report, and I did. And that was tough on our relationship, I think, and so I haven't heard from him in months, and this was actually the first voicemail I got. What I'm thinking now is we listen to this voicemail as a team, because as much as I'd like to trust him, I'm just not sure what's going on yet, and I could really use the extra pair of ears and analysis.
All right.
What was the one we all listened to previously?
Did
That was
Galen and Bob hear the
Yep.
first one?
Yeah. I
Oh, they
believe
did.
you played it here, actually. Last time you were here, you played that one for everybody. So they
Oh,
did hear
okay.
it. Yep.
Oh, well, forgive my
Oh.
memory then. We've already heard that first one.
Well,
So,
I
yeah.
would suggest playing it again. I want to hear this
Okay.
All right.
in relation
Okay.
to the next one as well.
Yeah, let's try and piece this together. So, yeah, I'll play the previous one.
Hey, Sal. Hi, Selma. Seems like I caught you at a bad time because you're not picking up, but you know that already because you're listening to this message, and yeah, look, I'd start this over if I could, but I can't, so I'm just gonna push through. I'm working on the predictive model, the algorithm, and I've made a couple breakthroughs, but I'm gonna stop wasting your time and just cut to the chase. I know that you're gonna have questions, but I can't answer any of them right now, not on this line, so focus up. I need you to look into a name for me. The name is Avari Trix. That is Avari, A-V-A-R-I, Trix, T-R-I-X-S. Previously listed as a vendor for Tyrell. Please don't ask me what they were vending. That's what I'm hoping you might figure out. If you're gonna ask why I don't do this myself, the short answer is I can't get to the office right now because I'm out in the field following up on another lead. Side note, please don't ask me why I'm in the field. Whatever you scrape on Avari, we will swap notes later via something more secure. You gotta trust me when I say this is important. If the LT asks, I'm hungover or I'm buried under a stack of data disks, I do not need a wellness check. Am I well? Check. I'm very well. Alright, that's my cue. I gotta go. Wish me luck.
So,
Yeah.
I guess after that, I have a new one.
All right.
I mean, you make a good point, Skiff. I'm not entirely... Like, I think I know why Sawyer would be contacting me, but I also am... This could be some information that pertains to everybody, including both of y'all that just went to Tyrell.
If I had to guess, it would be because you're one of the most above board cops on the precinct.
I suppose, maybe, yes and no. I mean, I don't think I'm someone that is known to skirt around anything. I've tried to be a truthful officer and be honest and forthcoming, and I think some of that changed a little bit with Sawyer. So,
All right.
I don't know.
How do you
I
think it
think
changed with Sawyer?
I'm sorry?
How do you think it changed with Sawyer?
You know what happens when somebody does one thing and does another thing, and you see them do the other thing, and they say, please don't mention this to anybody else. That's got to be conflicting, especially to somebody that's just trying to abide by the law. It's conflicting when you've known that person for a while. It's conflicting when that bridge burns over and you're wondering what the hell you did wrong. It feels not great, I'll tell you that much, Galen. And I might be by the book, but I rely a lot on instinct as well. And I can tell you something is up. And it doesn't feel good. So that's why I'd like to share this with you. Does that pass your check?
I'm not sure yet.
Well, I'll play this, and, I suppose you can just make up your own mind. So, I'm gonna play the voicemail.
Hey, Selma, it's me. I need to speak with you. Urgently. But not on this line. There is an uplink cafe in Sector 5 called Silver Sheen. I got a private room booked. Ask for Thomas Hardy, and they'll let you through. Don't blow me off this time. You really need to hear what I've got to say. And if you bring anybody, just make sure it's people you could trust with your life and mine. So you're out.
Am I crazy, or did that just trail off?
Yeah.
Can I roll connections to see how much I know about Silver Sheen, or if I know anything?
Sure, absolutely.
What was that name? Thomas
Tom Hardy.
Thomas Hardy.
Thomas Hardy, okay.
Where's my goddamn character sheet? There you are. Okay. Connections. 1 success.
Ooh, 1 success and 1. That's amazing. Okay. It's an uplink cafe, which basically gives people access to the terminal. But again, since the blackout last year, it's kind of surviving only on the hope that, I don't know, your data will suddenly come back. People who are trying to rebuild their own personal kind of information, probably from analog records, and then they're using the terminal to type through, or very, very basic communication with each other. It's not like the internet that we know today. We basically, in the world of Blade Runner, they spend about 10 years without the internet after having it, and then they get it back. But now is not that time. So it's basically like old school forums back in like 1998 and 9, if anybody was around then, you know. It's,
Angel Fire.
yeah, Angel
Bulletin
Fire. It's
board.
like that. It's like, yeah, bulletin boards. It's not really
Awesome.
not really like we think of it now, or very connected. But you can hide information still in certain places
Okay.
if you have the right access.
Okay. I think
Do I
I'll
know
go
anything
alone.
about it? Like a reputation or part of town? Maybe
It's in Sector 5, which is where the LAPD is located as well. So it's not like in a super scary district. Relatively safe if you're thinking about the safety of your partner. It doesn't have a reputation for being a criminal hub, but it also doesn't really have a reputation for being like the most popular place either. It would be a good place to do a meetup like this. I think you would recognize that that's a good one. It's one of those places where you're like, oh yeah, I fucking forgot about that place. I forgot that even existed. People still use that place. It's one of those.
What did you call it? Not internet cafe. What'd you call it?
An uplink,
Uplink.
cafe. Yep.
There we go. Okay.
Uplink Cafe.
I've heard of it. It's an uplink cafe. No real reputation. Just a place to check the boards. It's in Sector 5, so not a bad neighborhood. Just kind of one of those places that you pass by and you kind of know it's there, but you don't remember it's there. You know? Be a good place for meetings.
All right.
I mean, I think this would probably be one to go alone.
Wait a minute. They didn't. You want to go alone?
I do.
Can we be in your ear while you're doing it, though? I don't want you going in there without any kind of backup.
Yeah, maybe in the air, but Sawyer's smart. He'll know. He'd know.
If Sawyer's there, we don't even know if he's gonna be there or he's gonna like the guy just some other place.
That's true. I mean, there's only one way to find out, right? So,
Sawyer predicted you'd bring people with you. Why go alone?
mess with the prediction, I guess. If you're never predictable, people can't pin you.
Do you not trust this person?
No, I just said I don't trust this person like 2 minutes ago.
I know. I mean, in a violent way. Do you feel like they would get physical with you, or they would pull a gun on you? Do you feel like they are a danger to you?
No, I do not.
Tell you what, probably expecting other people. I'm your partner. You won't look suspicious if I go with you. We'll have, what was the name of your team? Mastiff?
Mastiff.
We'll have Team Mastiff waiting in a spinner outside, ready to come in if need be. That sound reasonable?
Yeah,
All right.
I think so.
I just feel better if someone was there with you.
I mean, that would be keeping it a little more honest, yeah. We'd basically be telegraphing that it's not just me.
You're gonna be on the ground, Skiff. Fair enough.
All right.
Partners have to watch each other's back.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Any sign of trouble, any. If we see it, if you see it, either way, say it.
We got a word? The go word?
I'm not good at stuff like that.
Pineapple.
All right. You guys hear pineapple? That means shit went sideways. We need you right away.
All right. Pineapple. That's fine.
I mean, when are you gonna say pineapple, you know? You're not.
A lot of people use it as a safe word.
See, that's right. Galen knows. So, I suppose, what do we do then? We're just gonna go talk to Holden about all this?
Well, first up, I'd like to dream so we can get your goddamn badge back.
Get my badge, right?
That wasn't until 7. And I know I'm only saying that because it's been a week since we did a session.
No, I
Oh, you
said
wanted to go early. That's right.
they're
right.
probably
Okay, yeah.
setting up, cleaning up. Like,
Yep.
I know every bar I've ever worked in, they're there at least an hour, if not 2 early. Especially a club like that, they probably need to, check stock, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
All right. Say we'll meet you there at Sheen in an hour.
Sure.
All right. Sounds good.
We're gonna have to
I get
meet
up.
up with Holden soon. You know that, right?
Don't I know it?
Yeah. I say after we do this meeting, assuming all of us are still alive, not to jinx it, but after
You
this
know
meeting,
what,
we go and report what we found to Holden.
Do we know when Captain Holden is on shift?
That's a very good question. I think he probably works like the evening I think he works the evening shift, but naturally when you're working that shift, it often bleeds over into graveyard because you guys are Blade Runners. But yeah, I think you can see him usually in the late afternoon through the evening
So we know
shift.
we have a few hours still. They'll probably catch him.
Yeah. Oh, quite a few, right? Graveyard doesn't begin till 11 p.m., so he's probably going to be there for a while yet. So you're good.
All right, yeah. So we'll try to catch him that shift if we can.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave some cash here on the table for my coffee. And then I guess we're gonna head out.
Okay.
I'm gonna finish my coffee. Yeah,
I ordered
let us know,
noodles. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you did.
enjoy my noodles.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Right, well, yep, you too. We'll catch up later. Bye-bye.
And you two leave together, Skiff and Selma, right?
Yep.
Nope.
Okay. We're going to stay with the other team just to hear what hot goss they got.
I think
I wish I
think
had this as a prop, by the way, because I'd be loudly slurping the noodles.
I've got a soup in front of me, but it's not noodles. I'm so upset. I was
Also,
gonna order one.
I just went off of instinct, like, it's alt reality, but also kind of futuristic. And so I imagine that, like, noodles are so incredibly popular, but we also have, like, I don't know, French toast breakfast noodles that people get now. Sounds gross, but
I know this sounds ridiculous. I was just gonna, as a pun, I was just gonna say, oh, egg noodles, but
yeah.
it's just such a
Like,
stupid-
but I just think, I don't know. There's probably weird food that they serve, and this is Lil's Diner, so it's got a little bit of I don't know. So if you're expecting like ramen noodles, that's not what you get. You get these weird like breakfast noodles, and there's syrup on the side, even though you said no. Not on them, but she brings it anyway, just in case you change your mind.
I always think that stuff's too sweet. I'm looking over at his syrup and his untouched syrup. And then I imagine sitting a fairly easy silence for a little bit as he's eating and I'm sipping on my coffee, waiting for him to get a good amount into him before just not looking at him but saying, that was odd, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
We have Skiff, who may have seen a replicant, but isn't too confident on what they saw. We got Selma, getting drunk, losing her stuff, and having some sort of odd connection to what is definitely a person of interest, but they're also being very forward with the information. Am I saying that wrong? Am I saying it sideways? Like,
I don't think you're seeing it sideways, Bob. There's a philosophy that one of the best ways to keep a secret is to be really upfront about many aspects of it, and you don't tell the whole truth. But you give enough information, throw people off. It's a manipulative way to live, but it works.
all right.
I don't know if that's what Selma's doing. I have to be honest with you. She throws me for a loop.
She throws you through a loop.
You sound
Shit.
surprised, Bob.
We've been working together for a while now. I think it's fair to say, and I'm pretty sure you know this, is I rely on how you read people. You're good at it. You know you're good at it. So, yeah, I'm surprised. There's something there, and I can't find it. I don't necessarily distrust the two of them. I will say that the first things they said here today were shocking. But I didn't feel that Skiff was spinning us some sort of tall tale to garner sympathy.
No, Skiff looked genuinely upset.
Okay. And then Selma looked agitated, but not aggressively. More, oh boy, what is that? Confused, maybe. I got the sense that whatever's going on with this Clark fellow, there's a level of concern that she has for the individual. Am I saying that wrong? I don't know if it's protective necessarily, but her wanting to go in by herself is just rubbed me wrong at first. Still does.
I don't understand it either. We're gonna be in here, so we'll have to wait and see. You know my philosophy, Bob. Wait and see. Always give people the opportunity to tell you something that they don't want to tell you. Just let them talk. People want to be heard. They want you to listen. And more often than not, they'll give something up that they don't want to. It's strange, but I think people can't have silence. At least some people. Even if it means, well, they might incriminate themselves. It's less painful than the silence. Regardless, what do you make of the child replicant thing?
I mean, there's been those sort of rumors around for years and years. You know, the very, very rich spending their money through back channels to get something you're not supposed to have. So when he was talking about some child that was well-to-do by the way they look, I don't know how far-fetched that would have been with him saying that he's seeing somebody that is a grown-up version of that. We know that the technology exists and has for a while for them to be able to do all sorts of things when they're creating these things. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that, yeah, he had a friend and she was a replicant that knew she was going to die. How fucked up is that? To be it.
That's what the Nexus 6s had to deal with. They knew when they were... Well, they didn't know exactly when they were gonna die, but... they knew that they were going to die.
I'll be honest with you. I don't really have sympathy for it. But... there's a special sort of evil to create something that is a child with a short fuse on it. That's...
Bob, how do you think these replicants feel?
I don't. I don't think that they do any more than mimic what they are given, but I don't know. Why?
Well, think about it. You say it's a special kind of fucked up. Make child replicant. One that's probably going to die soon. Nexus 6s. They didn't have memories. What's the difference between them and a child? Just the way that they look.
I don't know.
Listen, Bob. If what Skiff said happened, and I think that he definitely believes that it did, just to be clear. We've already seen evidence. The Tyrell has multiple copies of various replicants.
Right.
What's to say they haven't made a copy of his friend?
Just using the mold. Right.
Think about it for a second. The Nexus 6s failed. Tyrell lost all kinds of money. 1 million lawsuits. 1 million problems. And now the act passes. They need to save money wherever they can. At least if they still want to be in the business of making replicants. You saw what was going on after that act passed. All hell was breaking loose in Tyrell.
So
I give Karen Yan a lot of credit. She kept it together.
So you're saying, why reinvent the wheel when they have a bunch lying around?
Of course, it's got to cost them more money to make a new replicant than an old one.
Hmm. Where's all this leading, do you think? We've got some replicants, identical, in league with each other to some degree for some sort of plot that involves a few levels of destruction of what looked to be garbled Japanese characters without any real meaning behind them, at least from what I can gather. What are they doing? Why would they do this? And how many more are involved?
We need to know more about the Nexus 8s. I don't think we know enough. We don't know what they're capable of, but judging from what we saw with Renzo, they're a different breed, Bob. We don't know enough. But we do know how to recognize them now. I sent all that information off to the LAPD.
Good.
And hopefully Selma took a look, but who knows? She was probably, well, indisposed.
You know what bothers me the most? There's no easy, accessible records of what they look like.
Well, that's what they said the blackout was for. Wanted to wipe the slate clean. Puts us on the back foot. Probably the same reason they tried to take out the records at the LAPD. What are you thinking, Bob?
I'm really uncomfortable.
This is gonna get a lot worse before it gets better, Bob.
I know. It's just not as straightforward as I'm used to.
Just focus on what we know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
One step at a time.
we walk out of the out of Lil's diner, I throw the keys to Selma. Okay, I throw the keys to Selma. You drive.
All right.
I had a thought, and I wanna see if I can make any connection here. So I got to make a call while you drive to Electric Dreams.
Okay. Now I get in the car. I kind of adjust my glasses. Oh. Fuck. Migraine. Sorry.
Take a second. If you need it, take all the time you need.
Okay, I can see. All right.
Are you all right to drive?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Sometimes it just comes and goes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if you need to, just hit the autopilot, whatever.
Yeah, I might just end up doing that. I don't know. Could be good for my mind to do something. All right, and I kind of input Electric Dreams into the autopilot.
Pull up my spinner, hop in the passenger seat, call up Natalie. Oh, she's not on shift yet.
You can route to her directly if you want. So you can call dispatch and say you need to speak to her directly, or you can leave a message. Up to you.
I don't want to bother her at home. I'll leave a message.
Okay. All right.
This is beside the case, so it's not imperative. So I'll leave her a message. Let me see. There we go. All right. Natalie, it's Skiff, Kalispell. I was hoping you could look something up for me. I want you to cross-reference the name Vanya, Vanya, and see if there's any relation that you can see to past cases. Maybe even if you have extra time, newspaper headlines, anything like that in relation to Tyrell Corporation, Avari Trixis, or just Replicants in general. If you could do that for me, I swear to God I will get you a whole pie next time. Either way, if you can or you don't want to do it, just let me know. Thanks.
Whole pie, huh?
Well, if she comes up with anything, she's worth a whole bakery. At least to me. Do I sound crazy?
That's fair. Not really. I've heard crazier.
Man, just hearing those words come out of my mouth. Just retelling that story from, God, 30 years ago. Just hearing them made me feel like, who the fuck is gonna buy this? But I'll tell you, I'll swear on a stack of Bibles that that's exactly what happened. It's what I saw. It's what happened in my childhood. Like, if it's not real, it felt real. If especially at the bar, that was one of the eeriest, strangest things I've ever experienced. The bartender just didn't know anything, but seemed to know something.
I don't know, Skiff. I've never seen your face like that, and we've worked together for some time. So
I know.
I can
And I'm
only
trying not to
assume.
worry you. I mean, I'm still a cop. I still got my head on my shoulders,
Right.
but
Right. Well, I
Man,
can't say I'm not worried for you. Let's say I'm concerned. I'm concerned, but I am here for you, and Not gonna let you do this alone. Whatever it is, I'm your partner, and I'm gonna be there for you, and that includes taking your word. I believe you. Especially with that drink. I mean, that seems almost too much of a coincidence, don't you think?
It does.
Too good to be true.
And I didn't want to bring it up in front of them, just in case you had a bit more fun last night than you wanted to tell about.
Well,
I know those clothes. That's your go bag.
That's true. That's true. I did have a good time. It felt good to unwind, and that's, I think, what felt so bad about it, knowing that I'd lost some really important stuff. So, made a friend named Bertrand. I'm not even sure if he was a friend, but I was just talking to him all night, like I belonged there, you know, like I was just free to be whatever, do whatever, just because I was drunk. It was almost like I just got this new lease. I haven't been drunk like that in a long time. I really have not let myself.
Bertrand, huh?
Feel that way.
At least.
Bertrand. He seemed to be kind of good looking, but I mean, you know, a couple of drinks and facial features start to morph.
Now we are talking about what I think we're talking about, right? You got lucky last night, right?
Oh, no. No,
Oh.
I wish, but I suppose I was at Bill's. That's why I was up
You went to Bill's? You didn't even go home last night. You went to Bill's.
I didn't even know. Skip, I didn't go home last night. I was at Bill's. Well, I couldn't sleep, A, because I just lost my badge and my wallet, but B, I needed to talk to somebody, and I needed a friend. And I also had some information that I felt, you know, I'm always working, so I thought it would be good for the case, but I passed out, and Bill found that out, actually, with the new information that we just got, that code. I don't know, it's just so strange looking. I don't know what it is, but yeah,
Is he still working on it, or did he come up empty?
No, I think that's what he got. He said this was all. You know, he left me a note. He went off to work, but nah. No, I actually got pretty unlucky. So, unfortunately. But it was, you know what? The gin was good. So I'm not entirely mad about it. Hopefully everything will still be in there, but I can't guarantee that either. So.
All right. Well, looks like we're here. Let's, why don't you let me go first, because I'm the one with the badge this time.
Yeah, probably for the best there.
All right.
All right.
Assuming we pull up with no problem to the place.
Yep.
We get out.
The only question I have for you in this moment is, how are you dressed, Selma? You said you had a change of clothes, but you look like a cop, right?
Yep. I just got on my regular outfit. I've got like 5 outfits, narrator.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And you're going in not really undercover. You're going in as police officers, right?
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Well,
yep. Okay.
Yeah, I think, the jig is up.
Yeah.
They probably figured that out once they got my badge, whoever it is. If it is even in Lost and Found, I'm not even sure about that at this point. So we're just going to go in, handle it, and just going to have to see what happens.
Okay.
All I will say is that I'm glad that Skiff is here as backup, because in case this could get seedy, you never know.
Yeah, that's true. We're going to go ahead and have you guys roll observation. You can choose to roll together. It's not super intense, but I just want to see what you see as you're approaching and coming inside.
All right.
Oh, wow. Right. Amazing. Okay. So the front door is locked. They don't open until 10. Okay. But I think we're going to go ahead and say that because you rolled observation and it was a critical success for those listening, so it's two successes.
Yay.
We're going to say that somebody was here earlier, even though they told you to come at 7. We'll say somebody's here super early. And they catch their attention, and they they open the door for you, and or they open the door a crack, and
I pull out my badge and
Oh.
Flip it up. My partner was here last night, and she might have left a couple of personal items here. We just want to know if you guys picked them up.
Oh, sure.
We're not here on official LAPD business. I just wanted to show you that we're legit.
Yeah.
Great. And what's the name? I don't move to open the door a little bit further. Now, I think in today's day and age, in the dystopian world that is Blade Runner, I think this is common, and it doesn't strike you as super odd that you flashed your badge and everybody, at least in this area, is not going to open the door unless you have a warrant. But it's not necessarily striking you as odd. Everybody does that.
Okay.
So,
all right.
okay. And what items did you leave, miss?
It was a wallet and a badge, police badge, under the name Selma Whitaker.
Okay. Okay, I'll be right back. And they close the door, lock it, and then head back in to go look. And
I really hope. I look at, as soon as they close the door and lock it, I look at Selma and I go, I really hope we don't have to come back and be impolite about this.
Me too. But it might come to that, so. Because I know it was here.
I was just to let you know, PB. I was under the. Skiff is under the assumption, or actually, I am. Excuse me. Under the assumption that a badge is one thing, but it has to be matched to the person wearing it. So, like, in order for them to make use of it, they have to have time with it. If they want to make it like a forgery or something, they have to have time with it, or get someone that looks like me or looks like Selma, so on and so forth. So I'm not worried yet. That's why it's been kind of nonchalant a little bit.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I see where your concern is coming from. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a couple minutes, and then they come back, unlock the door, but they do have something in their hand, which I think is your badge and your wallet, because they are separate. Do you have your badge inside your wallet?
Yeah.
Okay, so then it's all one piece, and you can see that they have it in their hand. Yeah, I did find it actually, and they pass it through the door. Look at you, hand it to you.
Okay.
Was that zero stealth roll, by the way? Maybe you're trying to hide that badge.
That's Natalie. That's Natalie's roll actually from earlier. She did a tech roll
I
and a
didn't
stealth
realize
roll.
it had a thing on it.
Yeah.
Had her name on it. Okay.
Oopsies. But yeah, so they hand the badge to you, and then they wait before shutting the door. Is there anything else I can help you officers with?
I think that's all for now. Thank you so much for the
Actually,
information. Really
there is one other thing.
Oh, sure.
Oh, I stand corrected.
I was here last night, and there was a bartender, and I described the bartender. He looked like this, about this tall. How long has he worked here?
I have this written down, so let me double check before I say something incorrect. That's Derek. And then I think they immediately look upset that they said the name of the person, because you're police officers, but they said it without thinking. And there's just momentary like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. About 2 years.
Okay. So he's been here a while then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? Did he do something wrong?
No, he made me a spectacular drink last night. I was just wondering if he was just a prodigy, or he'd been here a while.
Oh yeah, no, he's been here a while. He makes great drinks. He's very good at what he does. Yeah.
Well, I guess, and I look directly at them, and I am looking directly at them to see if there's going to be reaction, and I say the following. Well, thank you for your for getting that badge back. I guess I'm going to continue on this journey mine.
Insider manipulation. Holy shit, that was clever as fuck. Oh my god, you can have advantage just because that was fucking sick.
Okay. All right. Advantage on manipulation, you said?
Manipulation or insight. Either one. You get a slightly different narrated
So insight
response.
is emotion, and manipulation is What's the difference?
Well, so manipulation is when you're kind of like either lying or, which is sort of kind of what you're doing. You're doing a little bit of manipulation, but you might get something that they don't want to reveal to you. Whereas insight is you're getting their emotional state or their emotional reaction.
That's what I'll do then. I'll do the advantage on manipulation.
Yep. Okay. And go for it.
Wow,
Oh my lord!
three
successes. Okay.
3.
I think they drop something. I think the reaction is, very strong, almost visceral, I would say. Yeah, so I think that, what do they have on them, though? Maybe the keys? Yeah, because they were locking it. So I think they just immediately drop the keys. They look at you. They could maybe even stumble back a little bit. And then, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's quite all right.
Yeah.
And I bend over to help him. Pick up their keys.
No, that's fine. I got it. Thank you. You shouldn't have to do that. I got it. It's early. I'm usually graveyard.
What is this person dressed as? Bartender, cocktail, a barback?
Barback. So they probably have got the all dressed in all black, but they've clearly, their sleeves are rolled up. Their hair is tied back, probably into a low ponytail. And they have been, they've got smudges and dirt and stuff on their face and their hands. They've been lifting crates and stuff in the back. So yeah, and yeah, they stumble around with the keys for a minute and then stand back up and go. Yeah.
Since I was in the scene, you said Derek was his name, right?
Yeah, Derek was the name that they dropped for the bartender. Yep.
Sorry, I'm just writing this down. Okay.
And I actually have an image for what this person looks like. If you give me a second to grab it. Okay, I'll pull that up and I'll drop that in there for you guys in a minute. But in the meantime, yeah, they go ahead and take a second to compose themselves. Not only with your 3 for manipulation, not only did they react in this way, but they will no longer make eye contact with you really for longer than a second. You have terrified them.
I look directly at their eyes, even though their eyes are not faced at me, and I go, "Did I say something wrong?"
No, I just realized I forgot to do a proper close-up tomorrow, and I'm going to have anxiety until I go in the back room and check and make sure that nothing has melted or gone bad. I left the freezer unlocked. Sorry.
Yeah, you don't want the food to
straight up
thaw or melt or anything.
Yeah, straight up lying.
What was your name again?
Ursa.
Are they lying?
No, but they
Okay.
They hesitated because they wanted to give you a fake name, but they're too flustered not to give you their appropriate name.
All right. Ursa.
Yeah.
You're a bear, huh?
I'd like to be, I guess. What?
Thanks for the Thanks for the wallet and badge.
Have a great day. So glad you enjoyed your time. Come back again or don't. They lock the door and then leave.
I don't have to ask if you saw that, do I, Selma?
You do not. I don't know what that was, but
well, that's point number 1 in my column for not being
that's
crazy.
definitely. There's some bigger fish to fry here, Skiff. You know that, right?
They look terrified.
Yeah.
Terrified, like down to the bones. You ever read Watership Down?
Oh, a long time ago in school, I think.
You know that word Tharn? The most scared you can be, you're just frozen.
Yeah.
That was Tharn.
Yeah.
That's what I just saw.
Real deer in headlight stuff.
All right.
Also, little odd to get that back so easily. I'm just gonna say it.
I'd check
I
it.
thought it was gone.
Check it. See if it's been tampered with. Anything like that.
I'd take a look inside my wallet.
Okay.
Right.
Go ahead and roll for me. It's going to be either observation, tech, or Let me just look at the sheet here. What are our options? Observation, tech, or stealth?
I will do an observation roll.
Okay. Everything looks neat in order. Honestly, it doesn't even look like it was, it wasn't rifled through or anything. Somebody opened it, maybe looked at your name, and nothing else has been touched.
Wow. I'm surprised they didn't even take my free coffee card. Everything is still here. Wow. I'm just yanking your chain. I don't think that's the most important thing in my wallet right now. I'm just glad the badge is here.
Oh,
And
no, I was
like
just wondering
every
if
other
you
form of payment.
if you're up to your free one yet.
No, I'm at 9. That's the thing. They give you 10. 10 was, I think that's too much, but I'm at 9 right now.
Well, you want to get one on the way? Get one free.
You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it because there's everything here. Everything is accounted for, Skiff. Why is that?
I mean, this is a place that has a reputation. They want to maintain it.
I mean,
I'm
but
sure
I didn't.
fucking with a police badge is not gonna go well for them.
Well, I'm just
So
thinking.
if someone did mess with it, they're a professional at least.
Well, maybe it fell out. Maybe someone didn't take it. Maybe I just misplaced it. I don't know. Well, point is, everything's here, but now they know we're cops.
Well, all the same, I think on the way to get this coffee and on the way to the Silver Sheen, we should call in to the office and see if anybody's been, if it pinged anywhere suspicious.
Ooh, if the badge did?
Yeah.
Oh, clever. Yep.
I'm a good cop.
Yeah, you are. Holy shit.
And thorough.
Okay. So you guys are headed to, sorry, I was making some notes. You are now headed to the Uplink Cafe, but you're calling the office in the meantime, or what's the plan now? Oh, yeah. That's right. You didn't pay your tab.
Oh, I completely forgot.
Yeah,
I was just so
much
shocked
Selma
that I
also
actually
completely.
got.
Yeah.
Oh no, she definitely did.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine then. That's
I
okay.
definitely did.
Yeah.
Everybody forgot here. So if I can remember this, maybe I don't know. Should I remember this?
You
right
can
now,
if you want to.
narrator?
If you think that you would. I mean, it's only been a night for
I'm
you. It's been a
honestly
week
not-
for us. So
Yeah,
but
that's the thing.
drunk
I
off
was
your
just
ass,
there.
but-
I was just there. And, I think I was really more just worried about whether or not I was actually going to get my wallet and badge back and
Yeah.
everything intact. I think that kind of shook me a little bit. Like, why is this all still here?
We could do roll a random 1d4, and that's how many
Sure.
hours it takes you to fucking go.
Yep.
What? Oh shit!
Yep. That sounds good to me. You said 1d4.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
In an hour, you're gonna be
In
like,
an hour.
oh fuck.
when we're already away.
Yeah.
So that's how it works. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least
But I
I'll
mean, at
remember
least
at
you
some
got
point.
it like at 5, right? Like you could still come back to pay your tab at 7 or whatever if you
Sure.
wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll swing by. Okay. All right. Shh.
Okay.
I guess I'll remember that later. All right. So,
okay, so
we're
now-
on our way to
yep.
Silver Sheen.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Hey,
ooh, yeah.
dispatch.
Yes, that's right.
I'm Southern Dispatch, right? I think so. Yep. Yes, this is Dispatch. How can I help you?
Hey, could you run a trace on the Selma Whitaker's badge? See if it's pinged off any place from, let's see, last night at midnight till right about now.
Yep, 1 second. Please hold. I'm gonna do it. I apologize in advance, but I have to. There is no hold music in this dystopian reality. It's just ads.
Hold on, I'll do it for you, ready?
Yeah.
Oh, the whole music is a fucking ad.
It's just an ad reel.
Oh, dystopian future, I hate you.
We're already there, dude.
And yes, for
Yeah,
anyone who
we're already
is
there.
the future.
for anyone who recognized, I did start singing the Doug theme
Yeah.
from Nicktoons.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm now going to somehow make that into an ad for next week.
Well, that's meta. That's meta, by the way, because in Doug, all the sounds were from a person just using their mouth to make
Oh,
noise.
yeah,
so-
like,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
yeah, like
yeah. Such a good theme.
Okay, are you still there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, detective, I'm not seeing anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for checking.
Yep, absolutely. Bye-bye.
I don't say bye-bye back.
I know.
Too fucking cheerful. Well, you heard the lady. So,
I'm in shock. I'm
nothing
in shock.
suspicious yet.
But that is suspicious, Skiff. That's what I'm saying. It's totally suspicious. Who would have a wallet with a free coffee in it almost and not take anything out? I would be.
Listen.
Am I overthinking it? I don't know.
Picture you're a civilian and you find a cop's badge. That, me personally, I would not fuck with it.
That's true. I probably wouldn't mess with it either.
It's too much heat for what what would I even do with it? I mean, I might like knock on a door or two, maybe scare some people, but like other than that, you don't want that. We got resources that can trace it to a location and stuff like that. It would seem pretty dumb unless you were a well-experienced professional. So you got nothing to worry about from the morons, but I suppose it's possible that some professional happened to be there within the, however many, 13 hours? 14 hours since then? Since you dropped it? I don't think you got anything to worry about. But that said, old Russian adage, trust but verify. When next time we hit the HQ, have them issue you a new badge, new serial number.
That's a good idea.
So that way, if they ping the old one, we know it's not you.
It's just so strange. I mean, what you told me doesn't add up. What they gave me doesn't add up. I mean, I'm not expecting honesty, especially after what had happened with your drink. I'm not expecting this to be an honest establishment in any capacity. I simply have something that is telling me.
Oh, I'm
something's
with
wrong.
you there.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
I just don't know. I don't know, Skiff. I want it to be connected, but it could have just fallen out. I don't know. But usually I'm pretty good about that stuff. So.
Oh, just give me a black coffee if you would.
Oh, sure. Let me go ahead. Hello?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? I'd like. Hang on a second. I'm sorry. Could
Do you
you
need a
just
menu?
use me one second? Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just looking at the. Shoot. That's the type of person I am. I didn't even think about it. Can I get a
It's all right. There's nobody behind you.
Okay, well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Could I get a large, cuddly monkey?
You mean a
with
corpo
the
size?
I'm sorry.
Corpo size. We call it corpo size.
Corpo size.
Yep.
Sorry, corpo size cuddly monkey with the
You see Skip just roll his eyes as hard as
With
he
the-
can.
with the marshmallow.
Size.
Selma like thwacks him. A corpo size cuddly monkey with the marshmallow fluff and hold the chocolate sprinkles. And you just said a coffee. You just want a coffee?
Yes, I would like a corpo-sized black coffee, please.
Okay. And is that corpo size or just corpo jumbo?
Whatever the free one gets me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
we've got a free coffee. Does that also come in corpo size,
No,
or
so
is it
that's
unfortunately
a
limited?
medium. Yeah.
That's a medium. skiff? Are you
Oh,
okay
so you have
with
corporal size
medium?
and medium.
And
Medium
small.
doesn't have a fancy name.
What do you mean? No, it's medium.
Ma'am, don't worry about this, man. Thank you. We'll take a medium black coffee, thank you, and corporal size cuddly monkey with a marshmallow hold the chocolate sprinkles.
Okay. Can I have your
Okay.
card?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Remind me never to go above 50 to get a coffee again.
Yeah, exactly. Cause you're up in near 52 level.
Okay, here you go. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Enjoy.
All right, thank you.
Bye, detectives.
Bye bye now. All right, here is your coffee. I'm sorry it's not corpo sized, but it's free.
Well, now hold on a second, really quick. Did she say detectives because she knew
You're in a cruiser.
We're in a-
no, you're in
we're
a
in a,
cruiser. Yeah.
So the cruiser
Yeah.
says we're detectives
Yeah,
to
yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, was that
I was
a
about to
name
be
drop?
there.
No, you're
This
in
is
a.
what it's like,
Know where we
like
are now?
with PB as a GM.
Yeah, it's
like,
true.
Everything's a thing. Everything's a thing.
Just getting coffee is
I
like,
mean-
Like,
oh, there's something puzzling.
I mean,
Anyway,
each
sorry.
level takes care of their own, so it's not out of the, it's not too crazy.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I sip my coffee. All right, it's pretty good.
Even that
Sorry.
medium.
See, I'm glad. I'm glad you like their coffee. They have good black coffee. And she sips. She has like a little. It's like a pink. Oh, I'm sorry. I sip. There's a pink straw coming out of it, and it's real large. And it's like one of those straws that has like the spoon at the end. And I just kind of like rifle it through the whipped cream, and I sip it like real loud, like a little kid, like in a theater, like.
I
And I
tried.
put it in
I
the
tried
in the
to
cup
assist.
holder.
I kind of like on our way to the car, like we have a coffee, and on the way to the car, I kind of like gently shove her, like if she's gonna go towards the driver's side, I gently shove her. It's like I'll drive. You drive like you.
Okay, thank you, because I need 2 hands for this. This is corpo size.
And good God, I'm surprised you didn't. Surprised you didn't upgrade that to CEO size.
You know that we have. People that take
Joe
gifts
care
of
of Aaron,
this show,
by the way.
right?
Joe care of Aaron, Mike.
Okay. Sorry.
I stole that one from our Discord, by the way. I just didn't want to take credit for it. That was a good joke. Anyway, so yeah, I hop in and I do the equivalent of not trying to make a scene, but I drive fucking fast.
Yeah. Okay. Drive roll, please.
Yeah. I'm glad I get to make use of this. Put points in it. Oh wait, driving is on vehicle.
It's on the
There we
vehicle.
go.
Yep.
There it is. Okay. What? Oh
You
shit.
should have the spinner listed. If you don't, that's okay. We can throw it in there.
oh,
but
shit,
let me
I
take
didn't.
a look. Vehicle tab. Oh, I do not see it. Okay, that's okay.
No, I guess I don't have it listed. I didn't know I had to do that. It's like a weapon. I didn't know.
Yeah, that's all right.
All right.
I know that one of the other sheets has it, so let me just take a peek
Mine.
here. Shift log vehicle. Here we go. Oh, yours has it. Hold on.
Yeah.
For
2
the
passengers,
driver.
5 hull.
Perfect. Thank you. Maneuverability and armor. D and C. Okay.
Yep. I got that.
Okay, so here's what I'm just going to take a quick screenshot so that you can add it in.
I don't see a plus button.
You just click on it for the 5 and it'll
Oh, you just okay.
Yeah.
So I don't like put a description anywhere of the vehicle.
no, you don't.
Okay. Okay, cool. Now if I roll maneuverability, it'll take into account the A I have in driving.
Yes, it adds your
Okay.
driving plus
Okay, cool.
the vehicle. Yep, that's
Cool.
why we
Okay.
roll it on the vehicle tab. Yep.
Perfect. Then I will roll maneuverability, I'm guessing, right? I mean,
yes.
there's only that or vehicle armor,
yep,
so yeah.
yep.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Okay, so
Yep.
not only do you get there really quickly, but it's very skilled driving, and y'all have to remember that this is Blade Runner alt reality future where you're not just driving on one lane, right? You've got above and to either side and below you, right? Because these cars fly, and they're up on the 51st floor, and now they're heading probably somewhere around 30 or 20 for this cafe. So it's impressive is what I'm saying. Okay, so you head to the cafe and y'all park. Do you see the other two in their vehicle? You want to pull up and have a moment to talk to them, or are you gonna?
Yeah, we want to meet. Like, I'll probably just radio and like.
Yep. Okay. Let's do
We're
it.
about 5 minutes out. We'll see you guys there. Roger, rating.
And if we look around, I'm just wondering, like, if we see them, we'll drive up.
Yep.
If I have to radio them and ask where they are, then I will.
Well, go ahead and roll up observation, one of you.
Go ahead, Sel.
All right. Here
Double
we go.
D12s is what I call you. Double D.
Come on. Let's go double D. Oh.
Oh, heck yeah. Okay, so then what about the two of you in Team Mastiff? Did you try to like hide where you were parked, or did you just come up and park, or is it going to be a contested roll is kind of what I'm asking?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. So we would be noticeable. I mean, these vehicles are obviously police vehicles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we would make ourselves too seen if possible. Is this place on like the ground level?
No, it's around floor. Let's just say it's on floor 36.
Shit, maybe we should be ground level. Close to the building. I don't know. What do you think, Galen? Where do we park?
We're probably in an alley.
Yeah.
I imagine
So,
between buildings someplace. Lights off.
Yeah.
If we see them, we'll flash the lights.
Okay.
Yeah,
So then you
fair
guys
enough.
don't really. You see them, Selma. You rolled a success. Absolutely, you're good to go.
Okay.
But what I do need is I need Sawyer to roll observation for me. You can have advantage. Okay, you guys can continue.
Holy farts.
Yeah. Okay then.
That's a 4.
That's a 4 for those listeners.
Successes. Because that's, yeah, because if you get a 10, you get 2 successes, and that's a 10, 12, 2. Holy moly.
Well, I said he was smart. Oh, Lord. Okay, that's out of character.
I've seen my soul.
Okay. Do we roll up next to them, or are we within talking
Yeah,
distance
absolutely.
of
Yeah. You guys
Galen and
saw
Bob?
them, no problem.
Hello, hello.
How'd it go at the? Did you get your stuff back?
I did. All of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's been a good Samaritan or something.
50-50 on that one.
It's hard to say that with a straight face, isn't it? But it doesn't look like anything's missing. I called into dispatch to see if it pinged off anywhere suspicious. Nothing. Nothing's missing. Not even her coffee card. And I
Not
hold
even-
up the coffee and I cheers them.
Everything in the exact same.
In the same
Place
spot,
and-
Bob. It wasn't even. It's like no one even opened it. So
However-
I'm you know, that alone was confusing. However,
When I talked to the person at the door, a Ursa, looked like a barback. I mentioned the line of the haiku that I told you guys about this journey mine. If deer in the headlights was a person, it was them. Dropped what they were holding, scared out of their mind when I said that. So there is something going on, and I am trying to get over how happy I am I'm not crazy. But I saw what I saw.
You said that there was some other lines though that you couldn't make out, right?
Exactly. This seemed like either because if it's poetry, is what it seemed like to me. It's either the first line or the last line of like a haiku because of the syllables.
Right. All right. We're gonna have to see if we can get back and get the rest of that. I feel like that's.
Oh yes, my friend.
That's. This is the same area that when you followed that this person and you couldn't find them. This is where that was. This this line.
Written in like a hidden kind of. You know, like if you write something in invisible ink, and you put it under a light or you heat it up, and the ink shows up. It was like that, but with like higher tech. You know, like how you'd mark a. Well, now I would know about the eyeball marks, right? Like it's new technology, but I would know about it because you guys saw it.
So I did send a memo.
Okay.
Out to the department. That's up to you whether or not you read that. That was after our conversation with Tyrell, so it's been about a day.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I would have read it.
Okay.
And I would have like put it together that it might be like so. I'll just RP it out. And with what you sent, that memo you sent, I'm thinking, hey, that sounds scarily familiar, like similar to what I saw. I'm not sure if it's exact, but man, it sent up the hackles on the back of my neck.
Did we check out a device? I think we were going to, right?
We did. We did take one, I believe.
Yeah. Because I don't think we were just gonna.
One.
Yeah. We didn't just like pocket it, but I think we did have a quick discussion about.
I think you asked for one. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I asked you if you guys were what you were gonna do with that, and that's what you had said. So.
Yeah. Well, don't we? Isn't it like a mechanical thing in the game where you have to spend like points to get it?
You do. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Which let me go ahead and do that. Actually, I would say that I would have picked it up. So.
And you have to return it basically at the end of every shift. So it's not something that you get like all the time. You know, you don't get to keep
that
it.
Fucking
you turn
blows,
it in.
dude.
Yeah, I know.
Like I spend my promotion points to rent this thing or shit.
Yep.
Well, then I'll say that at the beginning of what would have been this shift, I would have gone before we even got to the the noodle bar. Mm-hmm. I would have requisitioned it. So however many promotion points it is, I'll go ahead and minus that.
Okay. We'll probably say it's one or something else that's fairly easy to get off of the list because it's sort of new information, and they were just able to give you one that was in the morgue, right?
Question for our wonderful GM.
Ew.
Do you want us to requisition stuff on the fly? Or do you want us to requisition stuff before the shift?
I don't mind you requisitioning it on the fly as long as it makes sense that you would have brought it with you. Otherwise, you have to go back to pick it up because it's not a thing that can just materialize in front of you. But personally, I'm, whether it's my ADHD or what, but like sometimes I'll be like, oh, my character definitely would have remembered to do that, but I didn't put it on my sheet at the beginning of the session, so then I'm fucked over, and I don't want to do that to you. So if it makes sense that you would have been like, oh yeah, obviously we would have brought one, then yeah, you have one. Just take the points off of your thing.
It's the old D&D eating thing. Like, I would have eaten even though I didn't say.
Yeah.
Nope.
Or I would have brought my spell components.
You didn't
like,
sleep. Nope.
We're gonna tell you I'm breathing too, asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
You're dead. All right.
You didn't tell me you were breathing. Fuck you. Sorry.
I'll reach into the back and I'll pick up the device and I'll show it over to them.
Ooh,
so we were able to get this when we went to go check in the morgue. We had to use this in order to see the serial number on the replicant. So we have one.
You mind if I take a look at that?
No, it's fine. I hadn't.
I just hold out my hand and like pull the trigger or whatever to see. Does it like go tick 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 tick?
Yeah, I think so because it's sort of. I'm trying to remember how it looks in the film, and
it flashes.
It does
like
flash.
like a
strobe light,
like a mini blue strobe. Yeah.
Yep. So that's exactly
Okay.
what it does.
And then I
But
hand
it's
it back
small.
to him. I go,
It's like the size of a pen, or like I guess like an extra
Yeah.
marker, Sharpie marker or something. So it's not a tiny pen, but you know, it's
the one
big.
in 2049 is like the size of like a personal voice recorder.
Yeah. So then, okay. Then ours is probably going to be clunkier and bigger than that. So I retract my previous statement because that's
I
like
take the
25
fax
years in the
machine
future.
back from you.
Yeah,
And
so
I
it's-
pull it to
yeah.
the window.
I'm just gonna say it's like, you know, it's bigger than a handheld recorder, but like
Johnny Katz from the chat, he's like, it's Men in Black device. So I just like pop it. I'm like, I flashy thing myself.
into your eye. Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit! I forgot my birthday.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I definitely in my head I had you remember the old 80s brick cell phones, like that sort of clunky size.
Yeah,
I've got that in
that's
my
what
head.
I'm thinking.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yep, that
yeah.
works.
That fits.
Yeah, so that's what I take.
So I load the thing up on my shoulder and I take a snapshot real quick. Yeah. But
so I put that
I
back
take it, I do the thing just on my hand just to see, and I hand it back to him, and I go, I bet that would work. I bet that would work. I bet that's how they read that fucking invisible ink.
We can head that way at some point.
Yeah.
But are y'all ready for this?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And you sure?
Yeah, we got it.
Well, I think it's more of a gotta do it sort of thing. Don't want to, but I have to.
All right.
So,
Pineapple.
right. That's gonna be the go word. If anything goes terribly, we'll just say pineapple. Now, how do we want to do this? Who gets the inner ear thing? Do we want y'all to be listening, or what's happening with that? Are you just gonna be out here watching if anything goes bad, or
We'll be
we're not
here
gonna
if you
be-
need us. We'll be in your ear.
okay?
We'll stay out of sight for now, but
Okay.
yeah.
So basically,
We'll be
like the
listening.
idea is that we keep the line open, so their line is so they can hear what's going on
Okay.
and talk back to us if need be.
Okay. Skiff, you ready?
Yes, ma'am. I'm
Okay.
all fueled up on my corpo size. Oh, excuse me, my medium size coffee.
Just your medium. Just your medium. And she tosses, or I toss it in the receptacle. All right. I'm all sugared up. Let's do this.
All right, and we make our way towards the entrance of Silver Sheen.
Okay. And you're going in together, or just Selma is going in?
No, together.
We're going in together.
All right.
There's nothing I have to do to like ready my weapon, right? It's always
Nope.
just ready to go.
Yep.
Okay.
It's always just ready to go.
Okay.
But go ahead and roll me another observation as you enter in here.
Okay.
Go ahead, Double D.
Hoi!
Oh my lord!
Just
okay.
about.
Yeah. Okay.
Just about.
Have you ever been here before, or have you been to an Uplink Cafe, Selma?
Yes.
You haven't. Okay. Okay. You
Yeah,
have.
not this one, but I have.
Okay, so it's standard, everything in here. I think you do a very quick assessment for danger, for possibility, for, I don't know, something, I guess, to be maybe the infrastructure, actually, because you're a tech, you're an analyst. So maybe you take a look around to be like, okay, first of all, this place is legit. Second of all, I have gathered the, points of entry and exit. And you do notice that there are, because Sawyer did say on the call that he had reserved a private room. So you immediately glance to where those are towards the back. So you are going to have to pass some people to get there. But on first glance, you do not see him anywhere in here. So
Okay.
if he is here, it would be probably in a private room, I think would be your assumption.
Okay.
But you do see there is a very helpful person at the counter at the front, where they basically like your reception desk, sort of.
Okay. Like a hostess sort
Yeah.
of thing. Hi there. I'm here to meet a friend. Should be under Sawyer
what's the name?
Clark. Sawyer Clark.
Okay.
I kind of nudge her, like, as soon as I hear her say Sawyer, I kind of nudge her real quick. And I go, I'm sorry. She's thinking about her cousin. We're here looking for Thomas Hardy.
Oh, all right.
Oh, right. Of course.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why.
No, that's all right.
Yeah.
All right, no
God.
problem.
My bad. We just went through a big funeral, so that's where my head's at right
I'm
now. I'm so
sorry for your loss.
Nope. That's right. That's my head. No, that's all right. Thank you so much.
I love you, Speth. It's freaking glorious. Like, oh, I fucked up. Let me make it worse.
I look at Bob in this.
Oh yeah. I didn't even say anything, but in my head, same thing. I'm looking at Galen like.
Oh, okay. Right. You'll be in room 9. So all the way
Okay,
to the
great.
back, to the right, second door after the turn.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Have a good time.
Yep.
And I, like, as we're going, I just put my hand on her shoulder and I say really quietly, deep breath now. Okay.
Right. So, that went fine. I'm sure. That's
You
okay.
covered your tracks beautifully.
Oh, yeah. No. Totally covered. We're fine. We're good. Okay.
Okay, so when you go through and you enter into the private room, there is nobody here, but there is a terminal. And basically, as you come in, you shut the door. I kind of imagine Skiff doing this out of habit, where he's just looking around the room. He looks under the table to make sure there's no wires or anything weird, and it's probably just something he's doing second nature, but you don't see anything like that. But Selma, the moment you kind of like look at the terminal and you're kind of looking around, it turns on. And it is active. It's kind of like it was asleep, and then now it's awake because you kind of got close or brushed the mouse or something like that. Yep.
Oh, okay. Huh. What does it say on the terminal?
Now,
right now?
we're alone in here, right?
Yep. There's nobody else in here.
Okay, so then I start talking to the boys in the car.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. Looks like we got a lone terminal. No one's in here in person.
What is on the screen on the terminal?
What you see on the screen
Yes. Fuck yeah.
is a scroll of text. You see commands being punched in remotely through some kind of DOS box. And what looks like an ASCII representation of a small bird in flight floating in the corner of the screen. The first thing you hear, after a brief burst of static and a hum of interference, is the sound of keys clattering as my voice cuts underneath. Boot cycle spinning up, uplink is clear. Backlink is go, video feed clean. Ish. Audio feed, check. Sounding good, I think. About some poetry, make sure these speakers work. I leant upon a coppice gate when frost was spectre gray and winter's dregs made desolate the weakening eye of day. Do you know that one?
I can't say that I do. Actually, maybe. Do I?
Thomas Hardy, Darkling Thrush, courtesy of our namesake today.
Oh, I see.
Well, I can hear you just fine, which is good. I thought my ears were glitching again.
How you been?
I'm trying to think if it's worth lying to you, so I'm not going to. I've been. Who you got with you?
His name's Skiff. He's my partner. I trust him. He said if I was going to bring anybody, that I should trust him.
I
Heard
give
that.
the camera just a little, like, 2-finger, like, salute.
Yeah, sorry, my camera's on the fritz. Apologies for that.
That's all right.
Anything that you're
Got it.
seeing of me right now is just kind of very garbled.
It's good to hear your voice. And I'm glad you're okay. I mean,
I'm glad
okay,
you're
as in
okay,
the
too.
sense that you're here talking with me right now.
Here's a relative term, ain't it?
Yeah. So,
Who else did you bring?
I look at Skiff. I'm waiting for some kind of facial confirmation.
We got 2 people. Just in case this all went sideways, we weren't sure what to expect, so we got 2 other people listening in on the call. But that's it.
Sawyer, you're aware of what's been going on. There's been bombs, bomb threats, explosions, people have died. We are on edge right now. And I...
In both.
Right.
I mean, if any of this ain't self-indicative anyway.
Right. Well, I'm here. And I just want you to know that whatever you feel comfortable saying, I'm here to listen.
Well, I figure I've given you a bit of a runaround, so I'm gonna let you ask one question, then I'm gonna ask mine. And then we'll get into the rest of it, okay?
Okay.
What do you need to know right now?
Right now? Where have you been spending most of your time?
I've been spending most of my time following somebody else around. Better part of 5 weeks.
It's not a great answer, but okay.
It's the truth. And if you're gonna ask me, truth and trust are the only currencies that matter right now.
Fair enough. Am I to understand? I mean, I know this is another question. You don't want me to know who this person is?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Well,
in fact,
then...
I'm pretty much gonna tell you everything. I got nothing to hide from you right now.
Okay, shoot.
Well, my question is, what did you dig up on Avari Tricks?
Realistically, I don't think we found anything on Avari Tricks. That name did not come up with as matching any sort of identity. But when we
the only
missed...
thing that we got out of it was that it might be some sort of anagram of Strix, which is, I'm sure you know, a species of owl or a genus of owl. And it just happens to be coincidentally on the Tyrell Corporation logo.
Owls, huh?
Uh-huh.
That's funny. You know what? That's actually really obvious when you point it out like that. Okay.
Well,
should I start from the worst news and work my way backwards, or?
you know what? Yeah.
You probably already know this, or you're guessing this. I figure your brain's running wild as mine is. There's a leak in the department.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is. I don't know at what level it is. But, look, I heard about the bomb scare.
Yeah.
Did we lose anybody?
Not at the second one.
No.
The first one went off. We're still tallying up, but that wasn't an apartment building. The one at the police station never went off.
Right.
We did have an injury apprehending the replicant who was planning it or making it, setting it up. The replicant died. One of our officers got cracked in the head pretty good, but no casualties. And well, we did have the replicant did kill Betsy
Her name is
Mildred.
Mildred, there we go. The replicant did kill Mildred, the medical examiner, on his way to the supply room where the bomb was planted. Or the records room.
I take a very long pause at hearing this and take a very deep breath. Alright, did you find what they were trying to destroy?
Yeah, actually, I was able to salvage a little bit of it, and I kind of reach into my pocket, and I have a hard copy here, but wonder if there's not a way that I can just show it to you.
You don't gotta show it to me. I wrote it.
You wrote it?
Well, if you're gonna set a trap, you need some cheese, right?
What does it say?
It says a lot of things, things that I'm gonna tell you in much clearer language, so I can give you the English version of it if you really want it, but it's intentionally a little vague. It was just in case. Well, for one, I wanted to see who came out of the woodwork sniffing at it, and on the other, I was hoping that if I went missing, that you might find it.
Well, mission accomplished. I've been trying to decipher it, interpret it, but it really doesn't appear to be anything that I'm familiar with, so... Sawyer, I can only assume that at this point you must really need my help.
Yeah.
What can
So
I
don't know if you know this, but I was elected as departmental liaison for Tyrell, part of the database restructuring. Or reconstruction, I should say.
Okay. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'd save the parade.
Noted.
Look, when I first took the, let's call it the second pass, I had to go over everything a second time, double check, make sure all the hard copies were intact, that nothing was getting garbled. So I went through everything again, and I found something that I've never seen before. A call sign. A replicant call sign that I'm not familiar with. Nexus 6 N6 EMS. Now, I don't know how familiar you are with the designations.
I'm actually not sure if I'm that familiar. I think I probably would be, just because I am a Blade Runner.
You can roll for it if you'd like.
I'd like to roll
I
for
think
that,
that
if that's
you are
okay.
definitely familiar with the basics, but if you roll,
Okay.
we can give you some extra stuff.
Okay, what should I roll for that?
That'll be some form of knowledge, either tech, or let me pull up a sheet here. Let's see what we got. Intelligence, maybe. Can you roll flat intelligence?
I can.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you an extra dice, though.
Oh, yeah. Okay, then in that case, let's do... I will allow either connections, tech, or just a flat intelligence, if you prefer.
Connections, tech, or just flat intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try intelligence. Let's see if I can do that. Does it allow me to do that sort of thing? I'm actually not sure if it'll allow me to do that. I'll do a tech roll instead.
Yeah, you're right. It's those under there. So yeah, go ahead and do
Okay.
tech, because that's under your intelligence. There you go. Yeah,
Okay.
okay. So yeah, I'd say you're familiar with some of the standard ones that you've maybe picked up over time. Like, you know that you would think that EMS would be emergency services, but it's not actually. So the ones that they use for that are, hold on, I actually need to pull it up so that I don't misspeak, because it's a legit thing. Please hold.
EMR or EMG, I
He's
think.
got it. Yep. Emergency, that's right, EMR, and then EMG, and then there are a couple of others, but it's EMS isn't one that is emergency services.
Okay.
And I don't think you don't recognize that. And I'll give you a couple of others that you can just have for your own knowledge, but yeah, you don't recognize it.
Okay.
Ring a bell for either you guys?
Same deal for you guys, unless you want to roll for it.
Yeah, I think
Might.
I would like to roll.
Yeah, same.
You might as well just patch your friends through directly. I don't mind them, chiming in.
Okay.
That would be a tech roll, you said, or what? What were the options for the roll?
Tech connections,
Yep.
or intelligence, I think.
Well, we can't do a straight intelligence roll, but so
Can't
it'll
do
be
straight
tech or
intelligence.
connections. The answer is obviously slightly different.
And I'll get the
2 successes for me.
Okay.
and none for me.
Oh, Bob.
Please hold for just a moment. It's just a feeling, Galen. So what do you want to roll for it to see what you get?
I already rolled connections, and I think that
No,
would
I
be the
mean,
most.
you rolled connections and then this has happened
Okay.
because of your success on your roll. So now what would you like to roll in relation to this specifically?
Can you restate the information that we learned
Yes.
here?
Yes, you are scrolling through your brain, and I said scrolling, I realize, but you are trying to recall if you recognize the designation EMS in a list of serial numbers. So here's what I have. Serial numbers are always the same for replicants: the model series, then the N series number, then designation, TLA. So then their number in the makeup line. So sometimes that number in the makeup line included version numbers. For example, pleasure models varied, with the TLAs being FAB, PLS, and ENT. Cabbies, transport models, or private drivers were always DRV, but varied with the 2 numbers after, respectively. Like cabbies were DRV01, public transport DRV11, and private luxury drivers were DRV09. But emergency service related models are usually EMR or EMG. There is no EMS. So yeah.
Got it.
So that's
Okay.
basic knowledge you all know. And then with
Okay.
your bonuses, was gonna give you something else, Galen.
Okay. I think I'll make an insight roll.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, Sawyer, I've got both of them on the line. So they'll just be here listening if that's okay.
Can I get their names? I met them before.
I'm not sure, actually. Y'all want to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Name's Bob.
Edwards.
I got one full name between the two of you. That's good.
Should be happy you're getting anything.
Can I ask you a very pointed question?
Sure.
What channels did you use to disseminate this trap? You
Channels?
planted this information, right? In this storage location. You're saying you did that as a trap.
I did.
Well, the information would have to get out there for replicants to want to infiltrate. So how'd you do that?
Get the information out there?
Yeah.
Alright. How about I keep going? And hopefully this answers your question.
All right.
So I see EMS come up in that scroll. I know it's not an emergency services designation, so I ask them point blank, what is this for? And they freeze up and tell me that I've clearly got the wrong document. So I've been going to Tyrell, week in, week out on VIP treatment. I come back in the next day, and it's like they've relegated me to a box in the corner.
Is it hot in here, Bob?
Yeah. A little bit.
Just turn on the air.
Sure.
Something
Sorry.
wrong with the stabilizers? No.
So,
Continue.
What's wrong with you?
Sorry, could you just give us a moment here?
sure.
Noodles.
All right.
I'm not quite sure if this is the best time to use. Not exactly pineapple.
Oh, so, Lord, Sawyer,
Pardon?
can you just, give us a couple minutes here?
All right.
Got it.
Selma, you keep talking.
All right.
Fellas, I'm gonna come outside and check up on what's going on. So
Yeah,
just
please do.
stand by.
All right, I'll be right back. You keep talking to him, and I'll come back.
Okay.
And I walk out, and I make my way towards their spinner.
All right. So we're gonna stay with
Making a
Selma
little-
then. Yep.
A little nervous there, Sama.
Well, it's a very nervous time. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure what's going on right now, Sawyer. So I'm just trying to get the full picture here. So, if you would continue your story, I'd really appreciate that.
Let me just hammer on through, okay?
Okay.
I ask him, what is this for? They start icing me out. I come back the next day, they give me all the information again, but there's data points missing, altered, very small, but I went over it real close, and I noticed these differences. All reference to EMS was gone. I noticed a second call sign that I didn't catch the first time because I was too busy to be caught off by the first. OWL, L.
Yeah.
That sound familiar?
Yeah. I think so. I mean,
Alright.
everything else has been owl themed this week, so yeah.
Alright, so I go through these lists. I've got EMS 0123 through 0289 unaccounted for, and OWL 3221 through 3771 unaccounted for. And Tyrell's trying to act like they never existed in the first place. That's 166 EMS models, 550 OWL models. That's well over 600 iterations of makes and manufacturers I've never heard of. And they've just disappeared it. The other thing I find, or I don't find, rather, is a mention of Avari Tricks, previously listed as a vendor. That's what I asked you about. The other thing, there's a chief designer over at Tyrell called Kano Nakayama.
Okay.
Heard of him?
No, I don't think so. Name
Alright,
doesn't
well-
sound familiar.
His name starts doing a partial disappearing act. So there's memos, there's write-ups, disappearing across the board. So I start following Kano. That's when I called you. Well, okay, I called you 4.5 weeks after I started following him, but still, when things started getting weird, that's when I called you.
And that's where I'm confused, Sawyer. Why did you call me?
Straight shooter cell. Who else do I rely on when I don't trust nobody? I mean that as a compliment, by the way.
I figured.
Listen. That cipher, that code you found, it's all the information I just gave you. Run through a kind of a triple encryption of mine. I'm not gonna go into the specifics of what it is exactly, unless that would make you trust me a little more. I mean, I can, but it was just in case. It was just in case I vanished. I wanted there to be some trace of it. Yeah, because
what are you talking
ever
about,
since.
vanished? Are you concerned that? Are you concerned for your safety?
Selma, I wrote up a piece of paper with information that I gleaned from Tyrell that they did not want me to see, and I put it in a nowhere corner of the department, in a storage box that was otherwise unused. They killed a medical examiner and tried to blow up headquarters over it. Now, I don't know if they know what's on that paper or if they're just worried about what I might know. But I don't really trust anything right now. I don't know if I'm being followed. I don't know if I'm being listened into. There's a reason for the whole cloak and dagger routine right now, okay?
Okay. Okay.
If I go in there, if I go into HQ, and I come clean about all this to the wrong person, I'm gonna get my neck snapped. That's what I think right now.
Okay. Well,
Now there's more.
all right.
I wish there wasn't more, but I'd really like to get this all out so that you got it all.
No, please. Yeah.
I've been following Kano. He's Nakayama, chief designer at Tyrell. I don't know what he designs exactly, but you can bet, chief designer, he works on Replicants, right?
Right.
So, he's got his own routines in HQ, out of HQ, over at Tyrell. He's got his apartment. He's got all the different clubs and little venues that he goes to. So I've spent a lot of time watching. I keep my ear out for him when I'm in the building over at Tyrell, rebuilding the database. And I keep an eye on him whenever he leaves.
Okay.
And I notice people following him. I notice 3 people following him, in fact. The same 3 people every time. Maybe not always the same time, but 1, then 2. They're taking turns like a security detail on work rota.
And he's aware of this, or he's unaware that he's being followed?
No, see, to start with, I thought it must have been, Tyrell appointed security, or maybe someone he's privately paying, plain clothes, but he never acknowledged him, not once. No nonverbal, no verbal, nothing. He never saw him, and they were watching him, waiting for something, some opportunity, something to happen. And I don't know what you think about this whole retire on site order, but if you ask me, it's a perfect smokescreen for just about any number of bad actors.
I believe that. I believe it. Well,
they abducted him.
Oh my God! Wait, what?
I know, right? Listen, I'm sending you through some images. All right.
Okay.
And I use the terminal to send across some grainy private investigator sort of like photographs, through rain.
Okay.
Of these 3 different suspects, and I'm just going to describe them for you, so you have an idea what you're looking at. You're looking at a somewhat tall-looking blonde woman wearing a green scarf. You've got a very short-framed person, you can't really tell what gender they are, wearing a knit-cap gray beanie. And the last one is a man of average build with blonde, short-cropped hair. He's got blue eyes, and he's in his late 20s, looks like.
Do I recognize
this guy right
any
here
of these?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
2 of them.
2 of them?
Yep. You want to go ahead and
guessing
roll
one is
for me.
one. Okay.
Yep.
What would be the best roll here?
Ooh, that is a good question. Insight. Insight.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you recognize them both. Do you want to guess? You recognize 2, I should say. There's a group
Okay,
here.
I'm guessing
but, yeah.
one is probably Tyson.
Yes.
Yes?
Yep.
The one with the beanie. I'm not sure if I've seen somebody. Have I seen somebody wearing a beanie?
It's the woman. The blonde.
I'm not sure if I remember.
Last night.
Oh, it's the same woman?
It's the same woman.
This is the same woman, I'm sorry, that Skiff saw?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I wouldn't know that. Did I see her?
I mean, you did. You rolled for it. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I did. I'm going to radio out.
Skiff. You better get back in here.
What's going on?
I stop what I'm doing and turn, heal, and go. Because I don't know what the fuck is happening.
I just think you're gonna want to see this.
Wait, do you know these people?
The first one and the third one. Yeah. Or I think.
You got a name or anything? You hear the sound of like ruffling papers and stuff in the background.
The third one. The third one, we've actually seen a few of him. That's Tyson Renzo. He's actually one of the people one of the replicants that murdered. Unfortunate. Ugh.
What do you mean, a few of them?
There was more than one.
Oh, good.
There were 3 of them.
Well, definitely feel like that one was the one calling the shots, if you ask me. Look, the rundown is, I hear that Nakayama is, he's going to the snake pit. And unlike a lot of the other places he goes to, I blend in a little bit better there. So, I went inside.
Okay.
And, I'm pretty good at not being seen. If I don't want to be, so I spent a lot of time listening. Let me send you through one of the few other pieces I got.
Okay.
And I send you a what looks like a departmental rap sheet and it's dossier, like a collection of credentials and like associated case files on Broderick Wakeman, who is a I'll let PB take over any description there.
Oh yeah, I have a photo of him or an image of him that I can put up here in a second. Sorry, I'm answering a million questions in DM here for the show. He is, let me pull him up. He is medium builds. He's very muscular, full of tattoos. He's got most of his head shaved and then kind of like a what would be a mohawk, but usually he styles it down and like forward, so it kind of looks like a skunk tail on the top of his head, and then some piercings. And you're showing the mugshot of him, or are you showing the photo that you took? I'm so sorry. Did you take a photo while you were in there? I don't think you did.
I did not take
a
photo.
Yeah, you did not. You very cleverly did not. Yeah. Okay, so then you're showing the only photo probably that exists in the database of this guy. But he's probably fairly known criminal type, but not, as far as I know, they're graded in the police department. So he's probably like little to medium grade. You guys know he exists, but you're not really going to bust him right now because you're more interested in who you see kind of associating with him. You use him probably quite frequently. So yeah, and then this is what he looks like for you guys, and then I'll put him up on the screen for those watching. Just give me a sec.
So at this point, I walk in,
Yep.
I look at the screen, and less so, but a similar look to I had at the Electric Dreams. Do you know who that? I ask Clark Sawyer. Do you know who that is?
Which one? The woman?
The blonde.
No, listen, I've been watching her for a while now, but surveillance ain't much good if I go up and introduce myself. So I got no names on anybody except for, I guess, Renzo now.
Where did you get this again?
I've been tailing Kano Nakayama for 5 weeks, and she was one of the people that was tailing him.
I knew her as Vanya.
Vanya. That is...
With a V, Vanya.
That's a much better call sign, thank you. Wait, you know her?
Do you have any other information about her?
No, not at the moment, I'm sorry. It's, honestly, I'm surprised I made it this far.
I'm happy you made it this far.
Yeah, me too. But the rundown is, I 2 my years in, and, I listen to this little, I guess, drug deal, for lack of a better term, go down. I mean, that's what it is. So Roderick and Nakayama exchange money and substances, and Renzo's watching the whole time. He is fixed on, and he makes note of it. He watches it happen, and then suddenly Nakayama gets up to go to the restroom, and Renzo's on his feet. So I get ahead of him. I go to the bathroom first, and basically, Renzo escorts him out of the building. Makes out like he's an old friend, but I don't see a single glint of recognition in Kano's eyes. He just gets let out, and then I follow, and all 3 of them, they bundle him into a spinner. And they take off, and I follow. And follow at a distance. I get the plate. I've got that. I can send that to you.
Yes.
You got the photos already.
Yeah.
But I follow them through Sector 4. They head towards the Tyrell building, but they go a little bit past it. Then they take a couple of switchbacks right as they start their descent path, right near Bennett's Communications. And that's where I cut and run, because I'm pretty sure if I take that same turn they did, that I'm just going to get opened up on. So I turn back. I go to the department, and I hear about the threat, the scare, the bomb, everything. I hear about that, and I grab my shit and I get out of there. And I've not been back since.
That's... You said there's, what, 600 of these running around?
I mean, there's...
Just unaccounted for?
I mean, there's 550 OWLs. I don't know exactly what they are, what they do, what they look like, and then there's, I mean, that's me assuming that this all matches up to individual models. It may not, I don't know, but we're talking about a nearly unprecedented wave of undocumented replicants out there, and I've got no idea how many of those are operational, how many have been retired. We've got no information whatsoever. So, worst case scenario, we have to assume that every single one of them is active, every one of them is a body, every one of them is a threat.
Unfortunately so.
So if they're not on the record, they will never... They were erased from the record, you said, right?
I mean, Tyrell's records, at least, or at least the ones that they're letting me look at. But I'm telling you right now...
Even if we retire all of the ones that we have a list for, there's still a small army of them out there that are undocumented that we can't... There's no way to know where they are, how many are left, none of that.
I mean, you run the numbers, you already know that we're dealing with an insurmountable foe. There's already more of these things than we can even fathom counting. It's just made an unfathomable number a little less fathomable.
They made it a war. That act that they passed through Congress, they made it a war. And we are the soldiers, unwittingly and underprepared.
Well, like I said, that act is a smokescreen. Whatever's going on behind the scenes right now, people have been waiting it for a long time, and I think these guys might have been waiting for that or something else before they grabbed Nakayama. I don't know what they grabbed him for, but I went to Tyrell, same as I always do the next day. He did not show up for work. He did not leave after work. When I asked about him, they got real icy.
If you had to guess, based on what you've seen and stuff you might not tell us, what do you think their end game is?
Oh, man. All right, well, listen, I got 3 prevailing theories right now. One is that whoever is doing this is a competitor or a rival or someone that has it out for Tyrell for whatever reason. The other is that it's replicants doing this, some kind of movement, some kind of group. I don't know what their plan is. The other option is it's Tyrell doing this themselves for God knows what reason. I don't know who tried to plant a bomb in the headquarters, but for all I know, this could all be different groups of people working towards different motives, different ends. I don't know how many Renzos there are running around, but that means there's any number of individual replicant make and models running around, derived from whatever template, God knows what.
If I were a betting man, I'd say this is a revolution. And they're trying to eliminate all records of, well, all the lists of all the models and all the serial numbers.
Well, my question is, Nakayama's name started disappearing on the Tyrell records before he disappeared. That's why I started following him. I had a feeling something was going to happen. Yeah, a chief designer. I don't know what he designs exactly. I don't know if he's, I don't know if he works on specifics or if he's like an overseer or what the case is, but...
I gotta guess.
He works very hard, he parties very hard. That's what I can tell you about him.
Was he the first person you noticed that went missing within the Tyrell Corporation?
Yeah. I mean, other than, Avari Trix, who I guess may not even be a person at this point.
Well, at this point, we're not sure. It seems like everything's been scrubbed with that name, but,
The
yeah, like Skip
OWL
said.
model.
Yeah, the owls. That's right. There's something about it. I don't know if this is some kind of infiltration model or some kind of, trained liar or whatever the case is, but the way that I saw them move, in their surveillance of Nakayama, the way they took him, it was with training. It was like watching a security detail go to work.
I got a guess about why they'd want Kano Nakayama.
Okay.
If I were starting a war, a revolution, and I had someone who could make more soldiers, that'd be a very valuable asset for me. And it seems like Kano Nakayama would be just the person who could either make more soldiers or upgrade current soldiers.
Wait, you think the replicants are making replicants?
Yes, I do.
Copy of a copy of a copy.
It's not
You know
entirely
what wins
far-fetched.
wars, right? Soldiers.
I mean, okay. That's something. Listen, you gotta ask me any questions you got because my brain's rattling around real awful at the moment, so.
Okay.
So that location in Sector 4, that's the last time you saw Nakayama, is that correct?
They took a hard turn around near Bennett's communication, but they were on descent, so they definitely landed somewhere in that block. So if they're holding him somewhere, it's probably that area. I can get you the plate so you can do whatever you got it to see if there's been any movements on that. I tried to pull it up on my own spinner on the database there, but didn't pull back nothing, so you probably want to check at HQ.
Say that name again. Bennett's what?
Bennett's communication.
And that's just a marker of where they were headed, not where they were headed, right?
That's the building off the turn that I last saw him at. It's just a ways past the Tyrell building, so it's quite close to HQ. It's I don't know why they waited till he was at the snake pit before they tried to grab him, and then took him right past his place of work, but they certainly didn't know I was there.
Sawyer, how did you know what would work as a trap?
I didn't. I put that there mostly as a failsafe in case I went missing or I died. I figured you'd be I figured they'd ask you if you'd heard from me. I figured you'd be the first person they'd go to. And you'd check that, you'd go to my apartment, you'd follow the thread. You'd figure it out. What happened to me and what's left of me. That's pretty grim, but the other half of it was that my ears have been on the fritz lately, and I don't know if someone's following me, but I had that feeling, and gut feelings, I tend to follow those these days.
I think that's one of the only things that separates us and replicants. So, keep following that.
Hope so. But listen, if they're willing to plant a bomb and smuggle in replicants wholesale, I don't know who the hell has given them access. I don't know who in the department is working with them, is the sympathizer, the mole, whatever you want to call them. But if they could plant a bomb, they can kill one lousy analyst in a back room, okay?
That they can.
And I know I'm endangering you and your entire team here by telling you all this, but I had to tell somebody. And I once asked you to bend the rules once, and you said no. So I know I can trust you.
You can. And I won't let you down. But I also need you to protect yourself.
That Captain Holden could be the leak, is there?
Holden?
I'm not suspicious of him. I just want to know if I can trust him.
I'm not sure. I'm not the most popular person around the office, so I mostly keep my head down and do my work.
Sawyer, do you
Losing
have
him
any
as an asset would
suspicions?
be a huge blow for us. So
Suspicions.
we need to decide whether we can trust him or not.
Well, I'm not sure. I've got nothing. I'm sorry. I don't have good, I'm not too good at reading people, if I'm being honest. I'm not really good at figuring when folk are lying to me. I'm also really bad at lying, which you probably remember.
Listen, I'm trying to wrap my brain around this.
Hey, listen, you're the first person I've been able to talk to about this in about 5 weeks, so it just feels good to talk.
Yeah, it does. Can you... Listen, let's keep the line of communication open, okay? Let me know if you see anything else that...
Look,
I guess you need to report, but I'm not sure where to begin here. It seems like there's a lot.
I got
different elements.
I got 2 other things for you.
Okay.
One's a copy of my encryptor. That's the little bird icon there. If you have a copy of that in your KIA, we can communicate a little bit. I'll feel more at ease, anyway.
Okay.
And like I said, trust is the most valuable currency we got, right? So I wrote up everything in the case file. Now I haven't uploaded it to the mainframe, but I've got a version of it where I've redacted my own name from it. I'm gonna give it to you, and you're gonna decide what to do with it. If you wanna put that on the mainframe and use that to get a warrant to go to Tyrell or to search for Nakayama in Sector 4, whatever it is, you can have it. I trust you, but if you attach my name to it, and I won't blame you if you do, but it might end real bad for me real quick. I don't have a team protecting me.
I understand. Okay. Well, thank you for that, and thank you for letting me know everything, and also be willing to share that with my squad here.
Is there anything you need me to do?
I don't know, Sawyer. I've got a ton of questions here, but right now what I want you to do is you focus on keeping yourself safe.
Can I?
Because that's what it sounds like you need to do.
Can I ask for a request?
Yeah, sure.
The blonde woman. See if you can find out anything about her, Vanya.
Well, sure. Where did you you hear the sound of my keyboard firing up? Where'd you see her?
I saw her at Electric Dreams. It's a club here.
Electric Dreams. Okay. I'm not really one for the nightlife, so I don't think I know it, but I'll consider taking a look if I can.
It's in Sector 5. Yeah. It's in Sector 5. It's above 50. So it's a little bit more high class, quote unquote.
Well, if I could grow facial hair, I'd shave.
Something with that club, though. One other thing, do the words "What's this journey mine" mean anything to you?
What role would I have to make, narrator?
That would be, we can allow you to do tech or any other intelligence-based role.
Tech. Okay,
I
we'll
know,
do
it's a
tech.
weird role, but trust me.
No, I get you.
Trust me.
It is a success for those listening. So I think even just the way that he says it, your instinct says, oh, that's the end of a haiku. You love poetry. That's why I let you do that.
Sounds like the back half of something poetic, at least.
My thoughts too. There was more to it. So my conclusion was either the first or last line of a haiku, seeing the syllables. Just wondering if it rang a bell. And if it doesn't, Maybe you can find a bell that it rings.
I really like poetry. It doesn't ring any bells, but it does tickle my interest, so I'll see if I can look into it.
Thank you, Sawyer.
Listen, I might be a little hard to get in touch with, but if you leave a message for me, I will get back to you.
Okay.
And, if you don't hear back from me for whatever reason, follow the thread.
I've got to. Did you send me that that case file just in case, as it were?
Already have.
Okay. All right.
I got one other question that doesn't relate to the case so much as it's personal, but what would you like to see come out of this replicant situation that we have in front of us?
Is that a trick question? Like, what do I want out of it?
What would you like to see happen?
I got more reasons to hate replicants than most folk do.
Doesn't mean you do.
That is a very perceptive take. But I do. On a whole, I hate them. And frankly, I wish on a whole, they go the way of the dinosaur. Because this ain't sustainable. Humankind had more than enough success causing each other grief and bloodshed without introducing literal killing machines into the general population. Do I think it's wise to give carte blanche, kill-on-sight orders to every meathead with a badge and a gun? Not really. But mostly because I know a lot of innocent folk are gonna get caught in the crossfire. That pisses me off, but it's more of a sign of the temperature. Really. This is just how dire things are, so by the same token, I understand it.
All right. Thanks for your answer.
Okay, Sawyer. I think we're gonna get out of here. You have my information. I've got yours. If I don't hear from you, I'll just assume.
I really hope I hear from you, Sal.
I really hope I get the chance to, and I struggle with my words here, work with you again.
Me too.
Okay, take care of
Good luck,
yourself.
Sal.
You too. Bye-bye.
Out the window, not in here, not in the car. I don't want to have to clean it up.
I'm retching out the window, and I'm holding my amulet on my necklace.
What's going on
I'm a
there?
bit wide-eyed. I have one hand on the wheel. Oh, I don't know what's wrong, Bob.
All right, well, walk me through it. You're sick. I see you're throwing up. Is there, what else is...
I stamp my foot down, and I start to lose control of the car.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa!